It goes without saying that the onset of the coronavirus pandemic has led to a drastic change in the current job market, causing many employees from across the world to end up in the unemployment line at some point or another. Suffice to say, this has resulted in a steady flow of new tradesmen into the electrical industry, which has fortunately remained untouched by the deadly virus. That being said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So what are some of the most common problems that a new electrician should keep in mind when signing himself up for the profession, and how can they be avoided? Well, whether you're looking for a change or just want to know whether other electricians are dealing with the same problems as you, stay right where you are, as we're about to take a look at some common problems for electricians and how to solve them. So strap yourselves in and get ready to take some notes, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. Number 1. The road to success is long and arduous. First up on our list is probably the most common problem that the majority of electricians face, which has everything to do with the process of actually becoming a fully fledged professional within the industry. You see, one of the things that makes being an electrician so great is the fact that you don't need to spend time studying for an undergraduate degree or certification before you can start earning a paycheck. All you need to do is apply for an apprenticeship, which is equal parts studying and learning on the job, allowing you to actually earn money while you're discovering the ins and outs of the profession. This process does, however, take around 4 to 5 years to complete, so it shouldn't surprise you to hear that a great number of electricians begin to feel like this is a bit of a chore, especially during the midpoint of their apprenticeship. After spending 2 or 3 years working alongside a seasoned professional, you'll start to feel that you've learned enough to go off on your own and actually make a proper living. But due to the fact that you are still working on your apprenticeship, this is completely out of the question. Being watched constantly and finding yourself to be the lackey of another professional can take its toll on a person after all, and since you need around 10,000 hours of on-site training and about 1,000 hours of classroom work under your belt before being able to go off on your own, it goes without saying that you'll be feeling fatigued at some point. This is, unfortunately, a vital part of the profession. You see, the electrical industry is constantly changing around us. Electricity as a power source is behind just about every necessary process in our everyday lives. Want to cook a meal? Turn on the plug. Want to take a warm shower? Make sure your geyser is on first. And with time, electricity and other sources are becoming far more vital to our lives. As such, an electrician actually has to stay in a constant state of learning for as long as he works in the profession. So being forced to learn on the spot for at least 4 years gets this studious nature ingrained within a young professional, serving them well at the end of the day. And since this process is necessary, there is really no way to avoid it. All you can really do is change that mindset of yours, knowing full well that the more you learn during this process, the better you will be in the future, and the more money you'll end up making. That is, after all, why we work so hard, right? Number 2, the job can present you with many dangers. Next up on our list is something that is unfortunately forgotten about in the electrical industry, which is the inherent danger that is often flirted with while on the job. This is, after all, one of the reasons why electricians are the most well-paid tradesmen on average within Australia. Remember, electricians often have to work and study electrical systems consisting of live wires, and if handled incorrectly could lead to copious amounts of electricity traveling through their bodies. And for those of you who may think that getting shocked is a thing of the past, it may surprise you to hear that research shows that electricians still have a higher rate of workplace-related injuries on average than any other profession in the United States. Another unfortunate report has indicated that electricians often suffer from more illnesses on average during the year due to their constant move from one household to another. This is, of course, completely dependent on the type of electrician we are dealing with, but on average, the statistics are pretty harrowing to say the least. Considering the above, an electrician who is getting older may thus have a pretty challenging time when it comes to continuing down the electrical path. This is especially the case when the job can be quite physically demanding at times, calling for electricians to climb electrical poles and run power lines late at night. That being said, there is most certainly a way around these dangers that the job presents. First of all, safety when dealing with live wires is an absolute must. You'll be taught how to ensure that you are never at risk, so all you'll really have to do is follow these safety precautions and you'll be fine. And when it comes to getting older, you'll be happy to hear that the skills you learn are highly transferable. More often than not, contractors and building managers have an electrical or plumbing background, showing just how useful these electrical skills can be down the line. So if you don't feel like getting physical on the job anymore, you'll always have the opportunity to head in the direction of an organizational job using the same skills as your basis for application. Number 3, the social implications of the job. It must also be said that the job of an electrician is different to other 9-to-5 positions. First of all, an electrician is almost certainly going to be exposed to a number of different working working environments every day. This is due to the fact that an electrician is often sent where he's needed, and while this can be quite interesting and is most definitely better than spending an entire day in an office, it must be said that the constant moving can be a tad draining. This is especially true when it comes to the mental and social capacity of the job. Other than doing your job correctly, you have to put on a front when it comes to dealing with clients. A bunch of electricians can do a job well, but professionals in the industry are only remembered when they are friendly and comfortable to be around. As such, you'll find yourself having to always wear a smile regardless of how frustrated you may be. There is really only one way to get through this though. Whenever you feel like you're about to explode, take some personal time. Sit in the company car and have a few seconds to yourself. And if you have someone you can call, vent to them about how you're feeling. Only then can you ensure that you never give an inappropriate reaction to a client. But this isn't the only social implication that comes with being an electrician. Since electrical professionals often spend the majority of their time working and can be called away during odd hours, these professionals can find themselves drifting away from their friend groups due to their strange working hours. Working while you know your friends are having drinks without you is one of the worst feelings out there, but there's really nothing you can do if you're on call. It must also be said that many electricians dream of working for themselves one day and thus work for friends, family, and referrals outside of their regular working hours in an attempt to secure a solid client list. So you can bet your bottom dollar that you'll be experiencing some FOMO while on the job. But this isn't something that you'll have to experience forever. The best way to get through this is to explain the situation to your friends so that they know you aren't avoiding them on purpose. Then, organize for an activity that is on one of your days off and that you can definitely make. Remember, working hard now will allow you to play harder later. So change your mental state a bit and you'll be free to see your friends as much as possible when this time comes around. Number 4, you may need to learn some extra knowledge and pay for better tools. Last but not least, many electricians often feel that they're not being given enough by the company they are working for. This is often in reference to professional tools that are made available but can also extend to information. So if you have your heart set on the commercial electrician sector, you may need to do some research of your own into the various building codes that are in effect around you. This will prepare you for the moment that you make the transition away from the general electrical company you are working for. In the same instance, you may feel like you lack the proper tools. The best way to get on top of this is spending some of your own money to buy the best. Remember, this is an investment, especially when you'll be working for yourself somewhere down the line. And if you're already an electrician running your own business or just about to start and grow your own electrical business, you must learn the 4 critical things electrical business owners wish they had learned before starting an electrical business so you don't make the same mistakes. Electrician Accelerator has put together a free training video that you can watch right now that will show you exactly how to start, grow, and build your electrical business the right way so you can consistently guarantee profitable work, free up your time, all whilst reducing stress levels and allowing you to have a sustainable business and more profitable business that works for you. In this free training video, you will also learn how to generate a steady stream of jobs on demand and with predictability month after month in your local area without relying on word-of-mouth referrals, how to stop competing on prices with other electricians, escape your competition, and how to convert at least 90% of your quotes and estimates into sales, and how to command premium prices and attract high-quality customers that will be happy to pay more. Make sure to click the link in the description and let us know what you thought about our solutions in the comment section down below.